To be perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea how to solve the transfer problems that we have here at Norwich. There are plenty of good players around who could take this team to another level, but there is simply no money to be had, and no team is coming in with a bid for the players who would bring in some money. It is really a problem, and we will be going into this season with pretty much the same squad as we had last season, and that doesn't bode well. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, part 32, season 5, in the Ferguson save set in the future. And whilst we have made a very good start in the first 4 seasons of the save, in season 5 we are tasked with winning our first European trophy, and that is not going to be possible as the transfer window has been extremely difficult to manoeuvre, and we are pretty much going into this season with the same squad as we had last year. And that means that it will be a struggle, despite the fact that I think we have a fairly easy group in the Champions League. And today we will be playing 2 games. We will be away at Liverpool in the Premier League, and then we will be starting our Champions League campaign away at Nice. And despite it being a dreadful start to the season by my standards, we are currently sitting in 4th. We've played 5 games and we have 9 points. We actually haven't lost a game, but we have drawn far too many games. Leicester are sitting on top. They have a 100% record, and behind them are Tottenham, who are the team in the future to beat. Chelsea are just behind them, and then it's Norwich. But we need to get a result today against Liverpool. Liverpool, who've recently sacked their manager, as did Manchester United. So it is imperative that we maintain our position in 4th. And if we fail to get 3 points today, it could see us dropping out of the top 7. In the Champions League, I will be expecting nothing but a win. But before we go into what's been happening both on and off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel, a first-time visitor, you like FM content, and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then you are in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, help the channel to grow, help us to support the British Heart Foundation. And so let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us have that 6-2 away victory at Fulham, and then we followed that up with a 0-0 home draw against Tottenham, and then a 2-2 away draw against Newcastle. We followed that with a 3-1 thumping of Wolves at home. We won a lot more comfortably than the scoreline reflects, and that brings us to today, where we will play Liverpool and Nice. And although it has been a pretty poor start to the season, we have played a number of teams who are expected to finish in the top 4. We've played Tottenham and Newcastle, and we got decent results against them. I was not happy with the 2-2 draw against Leeds, as you will recall if you're following along. And in the games that we are expected to win, we won very comfortably. Liverpool is a team who have been struggling over the last 2 seasons. I would expect to get a result against Liverpool, but I anticipate a draw again, and I think we can make a very good start in our Champions League campaign against Nice. In the Champions League, we will play Nice, we will play Lokomotiva, we will play Capitoline, Barcelona, AEK, LASK, Real Sociedad, and Juventus. And so we only have really 2 big teams to worry about, Juventus and Barcelona. And so I feel very optimistic that we can again qualify and finish in the top 8 of the Champions League group phase. It's really important that we do, because fixtures will pile up again around about Christmas time, and that was when we really suffered last year, and that probably cost us a shot at the title. And this year we are going into both competitions with pretty much the same squad. And the problems with the transfer window are many. And you can see that we have a number of players with the wanted symbol alongside their names, including Götze, Kamara, Fortes, J. Neal, Mbamba, Belmonte, Zapropoulos, Wilden, Jerusu, all players who are wanted. Jay Neal I would happily sell, I think. He's a young kid who I absolutely think the world of, but he would raise 50 million if someone would come in for a bid for him. I would even consider selling Wilden if somebody actually comes in with a bid for him. But the problem is that no teams, these players have had this wanted symbol against their name since I took over 4 years ago, and no team is able to come in and make a bid for them and pay the money that we require for these players. And so with a very limited budget, it's not possible to improve the squad. And I did have 2 bids come in during the last 3 weeks of the transfer window. I had a bid for Keith McSweeney and I had a bid for Belmonte. Keith McSweeney, the bid came in from Celtic for £8 million. But left back is an area that I am short of cover, so I could not sell Keith McSweeney unless I could bring in a player equivalent to him or better than him. And the kind of player that I need to be better than Keith McSweeney will cost in the region of about £80 million. I don't have that kind of money, and selling Keith McSweeney is not going to raise that kind of money either. We had a bid of 3.2 million for Francisco Belmonte. I didn't feel that was worth it. It was not going to help me either way. I still have money in the kitty. I still have £15 million. I don't have much wage budget to play with, but it would be nice if I could sell possibly Kitambala, Jay Neal or Wilden, because that means then that I would raise funds. I am top heavy. I have a lot of players up front, and I could release one of those players without a problem at all. But nothing is coming in terms of bids. So we are stuck, and until we get a bid in for one of those 3 players that I mentioned, Wilden, Kitambala or Jay Neal, then we are not going to be able to improve this team. The board do want me to work with the youth system, but there is nothing really coming up. We have a number of 17-year-olds, and so it's going to be a couple of years before they are ready. We also have this guy, Nicky Lenz, but he's not going to be ready for a long time, and I don't think he's ever going to be good enough. So I don't really have much to work with in the youth setup. We have a number of players out on loan that we're keeping an eye on, but they are definitely not ready to step into the first team. We are still short at centre-back and at left-back, but we're going to have to get through the season with what we've got. We have 2 big games coming up now. We're going to be away at Liverpool first. So let's get the team ready. Let's go out, do the job. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Liverpool is Gotts in goal, with Kamara, Bonilla, Reguan and Allen at the back. Flores, Fortes and Zaprapoulis in midfield. Kitambala, Puk and Jay Neal will play up front. Wilden will start on the bench and is likely to make a return to the team today, as I'm not expecting us to dominate the game up front. This is going to be a game where we're just going to have to hang in there, and hopefully we can sneak a result. We're going to go into this with a positive frame of mind, and I think we'll tell them that the pressure's all on Liverpool, as we are not favourites to win this game by any stretch of the imagination. I just want them to go out, play well, and hopefully build on what we already have. We are still in 4th place. We need to stay there. It's very important. This is a poor start that we've made to our season. It's not been a great start, and it's probably the worst start since I've taken over here at Norwich. But it is Liverpool with the first highlight, and they are looking to feed it over the top. They are very pacey, Liverpool. I wish I could get players in with the kind of pace that these top teams seem to have, but it's very difficult to come up with the kind of money that's needed. But we are passing it around quite nicely, and there's Puk. Puk is looking for Zaprapoulis. That's a beautiful ball. Zaprapoulis going down the right, finds Kamara in support. Kamara bringing it forward. Can he get a ball into the box? Yes, he can, and we've scored, and it's Jay Neal. What a player. We have taken the lead at Liverpool. It's Liverpool 0, Norwich 1. It is now a case of holding on to this. I don't like getting a goal early in the game, because now my nerves are going to be shattered. Kamara did very well, and the Liverpool defence were pretty poor there, and Jay Neal just stepped in and made it Liverpool 0, Norwich 1. We've stepped up a place into third now, and we need to just hold on to this lead. We need to be solid at the back. I know Reguan is not 100% fit, but we do need to make sure that we don't allow Liverpool back into this game. Bonilla finds Gotts to Reguan, playing it around at the back, which always gives me kittens. Liverpool have taken the ball, and then Liverpool are in. Liverpool are going to score. It's 1-1. And is he going to give it offside? We so often, give a goal away straight after we've scored. It's too early to score in the 11th minute. It's now Liverpool 1, Norwich 1. It was bound to happen. Playing it around at the back like that is absolutely not a good idea. And, well, what can you say? Liverpool just took advantage of it. And it is now 1-1. We just need to stay positive and just keep an eye on the other results. Leicester are at West Ham. They are drawing currently 0-0. Tottenham are beating Arsenal, which is a good result for us. But Liverpool are actually controlling the game at the moment, even though we have had most of the possession. There's been very little goal action, very little at all. Only 4 shots in total in this first half. But we're doing well. And if we can just be safe at the back, then we could get a result here. But it's all about defending well. And if we're going to give the ball away like that, then we're going to be in trouble. But Kamara finds Kitambala. Kitambala has no support. He's looking for Kamara, but he's had the ball taken off him. Liverpool are going to bring it forward. Good tackle by Kamara, but it's picked up by Liverpool. And here come Liverpool. They are looking to try and get the ball forward. We need to stay focused and defend well. And there's another ball over the top, looking for their pacey forwards. We've won the ball this time. Comes to Fortes. Fortes finds Pook. Pook to Neil. Neil, who scored our goal today. I would sell him if I had to. I need to raise funds to strengthen this team. And we do have a lot of good players up front. And there's a ball over the top. It's looking for Pook, but it only goes to a Liverpool player. We need to be faster on the press. We need to be tight marking these players in midfield, which we're not doing. And Liverpool are just firing that ball over the top. He is offside this time. He must be offside. And I think he was a good yard and a half offside. If this is not given, I'll be very surprised. But at the moment, it looks like it is going to be given. It's Liverpool 2, Norwich 1. I thought he was a mile offside. And I think I have to push the lines up a little bit. Even though Liverpool are dominating us with this long ball, I think what I've got to do is push the lines up. It's not working. And so we're going to go with a higher line now. Actually, we'll press them because we're not doing a very good job at the moment. We have to do something different now. And we'll try and put them under pressure up the pitch a little bit. I will still dribble less, but we need to be a lot more aggressive with them. We're just letting them come at us. We took the lead again defensively. I know where we're weak. It's in defence. And Liverpool have exploited that. And it is Liverpool 2, Norwich 1. We are where we deserve to be. If you can't defend, then you have to rely on your attack. And then if they don't score, you're going to lose football matches. And that's what's happened today. We cannot defend. And that was evident in the games against Leeds and against Fulham, where we let in just so many goals. And here come Liverpool again. They're going to get another one. It's going to be 3, but it's a good save by Gotts. Liverpool should have scored there. And we are down in 5th now. It's not looking very pretty this season. Although, having said that, with the teams that we have played, Tottenham, Liverpool, Newcastle, then maybe our fixtures will get a little bit better. This team is not playing well enough today, and I need to be telling them that. And what was that? Get out there, start playing football. Pook has to play better. Kitambala has to play better. Defensively, it does look to me like we're playing quite well. John Allen is not playing very well, so I need to tell some of these players that it is not acceptable. And so John Allen and Pook and Kitambala need a rocket. And I'm really quite angry at how poorly they have played. They need to play better. And I'm just really shocked at how bad we've been. But here's Puk with a free kick. Can we get something from this set piece? We can't. And Zaprapoulis picks up the ball. Possibly our best player now, Zaprapoulis. And here is Flores. Flores at the base of midfield. He's been playing reasonably well, but has he settled properly yet? I'm not quite sure. And here's Fortes. Fortes looks to bring it forward. He's had the ball taken off him again. This is not good enough. And Allen looks for Reguan. Reguan to Flores. Flores to Bonilla. We are passing it nicely, but we're just not getting enough players into attacking spaces. And Liverpool are pressing us and taking the ball off us. So I'm not quite sure how I would actually solve this little conundrum. But at the moment, we are doing okay. We're controlling possession, just not penetrating enough. Jay Neal is in space, and Jay Neal has scored. And the curse of the commentator. I just said that we were not being penetrative enough. And there we go. The ball over the top from Flores. No, it was Zaprapoulis. No, it was Flores. And Flores found Jay Neal. And on the volley, right-footed as well, into the near post. It's now Liverpool 2, Norwich 2. And I need to encourage them now and really get them going. And I think my assistant wants me to close down someone. I need to have a look at that in a second. But we are coming forward again. Flores finds John Allen. John Allen looking for Flores. Flores to Fortes. Fortes inside. Puk has a chance. Puk with a shot. It comes over to Jay Neal. Jay Neal is in space, and Jay Neal has scored again. And we have taken the lead. And I think, is that a hat-trick from Jay Neal? It could be his hat-trick. What a performance by Jay Neal. And the boys have risen to the half-time team talk. And I don't know what has happened to Liverpool. And Jay Neal is just on fire at the moment, playing up front in that role up front. We have Puk, who is looking quite tired. Reguan's looking tired. And so maybe it is time now to make a few changes. We're absolutely in control of this game at the moment. I think we should go and make some changes. And so we have made some changes to bring a few fresh legs on the pitch. We also had a number of players who were not playing very well. I've decided to leave Reguan on. He's playing quite well, but now he's beginning to fade. I think we do have to substitute Reguan now, and we'll bring on Lay. I don't trust Lay. He's not a player that I really want to send on the pitch in this situation. It is at the moment Liverpool 2, Norwich 3. This will be a fantastic result. Liverpool haven't been playing well in the last couple of seasons. They did sack their manager, but at the moment, as time is ticking over, I think it might be time to close up the shop. And so we have instructed the players to close up the shop now. But Liverpool do have a free kick. And when you do make that kind of change, it is quite extraordinary how the opposition team will score quite straight away. So I'm a bit concerned that might happen. But we've just got a couple of minutes to hold on. Can we hold on? It would be so nice to get a victory here at Liverpool. But Liverpool are coming forward. This has got nothing to do with the changes. I think it's just got everything to do with the match engine. They've actually scored at the death. I am not happy. How many draws are we going to get this season? This is incredibly poor. And again, it shows how poor we are defensively. There's nothing I can do. If I can't raise money to improve defensively, we just let them in. And I think that was Lay, who's just come on. He's a dreadful player. I don't know why I ever bought him. And Liverpool have stolen a draw. And we are going to be in 5th. It's a dreadful start to the season. We only have 10 points from 6 games. And I'm not happy with this. And do I say I have to sympathise with you? It was one of those days. But really, I'm not very happy. I don't know how to solve my defensive woes. And we have to stop leaking goals. Traditionally, this team over the last 3 years has not let any goals in. But unfortunately, we just keep leaking goals at the moment. We do have to go and get this team ready for the game against Nice. I'm hoping that it's going to be a much better performance from the defence. And as we can see, the Liverpool manager is very disappointed by his defending. I am absolutely furious with the defending that we did. And so, a game that we should have won, that we didn't. Let's go and get the team ready for Nice. We'll be right back. And so the team for today in our opening Champions League game is Prescott in goal. Götze is having an awful season, with Kamara, Reguilón, Bonilla and McSweeney at the back. Belmonte, Fortes and Matic in midfield. Hosoya, Neal and Militi will play up front. We do have Wilden still on the bench. He's not fit and not likely to be fit, I guess, for another week or so. But we need to start winning matches, and although we haven't lost, we are having far too many draws. This is ruining morale, and I think I need to tell them we need to win matches. I need a strong defence today. I want to dominate the midfield, and I'm expecting quality finishing out there. And I may actually, thinking about it, it might be the tempo that we're playing at that's just causing a problem. And so maybe I might want to up the tempo a little bit to try and play as we're losing the ball a lot. And maybe we need to offload the ball a little quicker. So it might be the tempo that is causing the problem. But we'll see as the match progresses. McSweeney on the ball. He looks inside for Belmonte. Belmonte finds J. Neal. J. Neal through the middle for Malati. Malati's in space. Malati has a chance, but he can't put it away. And I don't suddenly feel optimistic about what is going on. And although we've had most of the game, we haven't had the possession. And so I am going to up the tempo a little bit. Get rid of the ball. I'm worried that we're losing the ball, giving the ball away too much. But we have won the ball there. And here's J. Neal. J. Neal finds Matic. We need a good game from Matic. He's been quiet of late. Inside, and J. Neal has a chance. The man informed J. Neal he couldn't put it away either. I think we've been the better team, but we're still not getting shots on target. Only 1 on target out of 4 shots. And that just generally tells me this is going to be another poor result. We've given away a penalty, another big game penalty. I think I've given away 4 penalties this season and we haven't been awarded 1. And it's telling me defensively you're rubbish. And that's what the game is telling me. And unfortunately, I don't know why it's telling me that now this season. It's the same defence as I had last year that didn't let any goals in. And suddenly the game is telling me your defence is rubbish now. So I don't know what to do. It's either rubbish or it's not. But anyway, we've gone a goal behind after absolutely dominating them. And that's fair enough. We're not a good side. And we've been on a poor run. And we have to do something to make this better. And I need to fire this team up a little bit. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. And I don't need to mark anybody because that was just a penalty. Why would I need to mark him? Because he scored a penalty. And they have another chance. And they are just tearing us apart now. And I feel very depressed at the moment watching this team. I don't know what to do. I think the save might be over. If I cannot improve the team, then we are going nowhere. And I don't really know what to do. If I can't sell Wilden, he will eventually get very old, grow a beard, and he won't be sellable. But at the moment, nobody's willing to pay for him. And I need to tell him, what was that? Get your act together. Militi is terrible. He's missed so many chances. And we have 1 or 2 other players who need to have a rocket. Nobody's actually that bad. Prescott isn't very good. You've not been good enough, boys. Get your act together. And we need to get back into this game. It's not the episode that I wanted, but hey-ho, that's football. We're not good enough and we're going to lose. against a very poor Nice team. What I can't understand is how these teams can afford all the players that they're buying. Nice have got some very, very quick players in their team, and they cost a lot of money, but I'm not able to buy them because I don't have any money. So how are teams able to do this? I need to make some changes. Jay Neal has taken a knock. We'll bring on Kitambala. I'll go away and make some more changes. And so I've made some changes, but I don't feel that we're going to get back into this game. We've dominated them. We've created all the chances. We're just not good enough. I've brought Wilden on to see if he can do anything. Let's go attacking. Let's try and get a goal. But I suspect we'll probably go 2-0 down rather than get back into the game. Our European campaign has got off to the worst possible start. In the Premier League, we are dreadful. I really have no idea how to go and make this better. And Nice are absolutely dominating us at the end of the game. We've had all the chances. We're just not been good enough, unfortunately. And we have lost in the Champions League. And it's been a terrible episode. And we weren't good enough. And I'm going to not go with my assistant who says be proud of them. No, we are bottom of the table, 31st in the table. We're not used to this in the Champions League, and now we are 6th in the Premier League. It's the worst start to a season that I've had since arriving here. If you can't, look at this is terrible. If you can't improve your team, then you have to quit, because this is going to stay like this season after season. They're in their mid-20s, and if nobody wants to buy them, then it's going to remain the same squad season after season after season. And I think within a season or two I'm going to know that. And if I can't sell players and buy better players, then it's going to remain the same. I may have to quit the save and say we failed. Because what's the point if the team is going to stay the same? Transfer windows are an absolute nightmare. I don't have any money, and I can't buy anyone, and I can't sell anyone either. Well, that's it for this episode today. It's been a terrible episode. It's been a dreadful season. I'm just hoping now with games against Burnley, Bolton, Brighton and Lokomotiva, those will be 3 green dots, and we'll come back and we'll be in a better position. I don't feel it though. I really don't feel it. If you're a new first-time visitor and you like to see people suffering, then you're in the right place. So why not? Subscribe, like, watch, comment, help the channel to grow. Help us to support the British Heart Foundation. I am very distressed at the moment. Since that 1-1 draw against Middlesbrough in that friendly, we've won only 2 games, and I am not used to this, and we need to get better, or the save is over. All that remains to be said now is see you in the next episode.